Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
That's for Judge Evans.
Oh, okay, how you doing? Virtual Yan and President, good morning. I'm hoping you all have a great day and having a great day, and will continue to have a great day. I'm your current president, Henry Rivera. It's been an honor to have served as president for the COG. It's no surprise that this is one well-oiled running machine. The people behind the scenes and in the scenes are always fantastic. I had the privilege to turn the aging conference. Everybody gave nothing but praise on that conference, and I was asking, and most of those were my constituents too, and others as well, and they were praising the conference itself because everything was made available to them. That's the kind of product that you all put out as part of the staff for the COG. And I thank you so much because you make the rest of us look great. So right now, could we all stand up, please, and let's say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Flag.
Want to start us, Jules? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. At this point, I'll turn it over to Ms. Gutierrez. We'll finish it out. You all may be seated. Thank you.
Okay, and now we're going to do the invocation, and Yvette Lugo, our Area Agency on Aging Director, will do the honors. Yvette?
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer this morning. Thank you, Lord, for gathering us here today to celebrate the ending of our fiscal year. As we come together for this meeting, let us take a moment to pause and reflect on the significance of our roles and responsibilities. Thank you for the opportunities to serve our communities and to practice principles of fairness, transparency, and accountability. As we look back and review the many accomplishments we have achieved, help us to remember our purpose and reason for the work that we do. Thank you for the opportunities to help make a difference in our communities and in the lives of the people we serve. We also thank you for the times that may have challenged us to maintain our spirit of service. May we always be reminded that in serving others, we serve you. Bless everyone here and those who could not be with us today. Help us to always remember to do everything with a grateful heart and to keep our focus on what we have been each called to do. We ask that you continue to give us wisdom, clarity, and the courage to act with integrity as we commit to work toward the common good and the betterment of our region in the upcoming fiscal year. In your name we pray. Amen.
And before I forget, at some point, we will also do a special acknowledgement for Yvette. It's her birthday today. So I don't think that's ever happened. So thank you, Yvette. Okay, folks. So we know that everyone is busy. You've got lots of things to do. If you're here, it's because you're a committed person to many others as well as their organizations. So we will be prompt because we know we need to get everyone out as soon, as soon as we can. Because of other endeavors. So I'm going to just quickly highlight some accomplishments that we've made in 24. And I know I won't do it justice, and I apologize to my directors because I know that there's much more to say, but just quickly, overall administration, our finances, we are fiscally sound. Thank you to Judy Cisneros, our finance director, for leading us in such a way financially that we're still solvent. We are making great strides, and we actually have an audit again that once more is clean, as they say. And so, thank you, Judy, for your work. Rebecca Stoffer, our IT and resources director, always leading the way, providing everything that we need. And especially today, we had some snafus, and she got us straight, her and David. So thank you so much. Also, for local governments, just wanted to acknowledge that we've done some great work with the El Paso Area Transportation Service, Local Government Corporation. I feel so privileged that we're able to participate in that arena. We're learning so much about transportation, public transportation, and I hope that we can extend that knowledge out to our other communities as well. Also broadband, Peggy O'Brien, our local government manager out in Marfa, has been working diligently in identifying resources for broadband efforts. And so we're seeing the fruits of our labor with that effort. For Area Agency on Aging, we had a great partnership with the AARP. Just recently, we had the Navigating to Retirement event. And so this is something that we all know is going to happen to us. It's going to come. And so we're just going to be that much more prepared because of events like that. And so we hope to extend that and make that available to other organizations throughout the year. Also, we have our Aging to Perfection Expo. You're going to see a highlight of that, so I won't go into too much detail with that. But we did have over 2,000 attendees at the El Paso Convention Center this past Wednesday. And so I believe it's our 23rd. It was our 23rd, so we're going strong. For regional services, great strides have been made in that division. The El Paso Dispute Resolution Center that we manage on behalf of El Paso County has done tremendous work. Where is Michael? Mike. There's Mike. There you are. So Mike is one of the many partners in this endeavor, led by Marisa Quintanilla, our regional services director. We are doing some tremendous amount of work with family mediations that has seen a really high uptick in utilization. Also, juvenile probation, I think they're being really innovative in that. And I think because of the network ability that Marisa has been able to do, we are going to have the Texas Association of Mediation conference here in 2025 in March. So that's a big coup. It's difficult to get people here to West Texas. And so thank you, Marisa, to that. And I know it's going to be a great event. The other item that I think is really important to note, which is going to make tremendous impact within El Paso County, because that is a service area that we needed to stay within, is the community project funding that we have been earmarked by our Congresswoman, Veronica Escobar. That amount is for $1.18 million, and that's going to be for communications for first responders, have the ability to be able to communicate with each other. It sounds like it's a pretty straightforward function, but it's not. And so we asked for funding to be able to turn that funding around and provide it to our municipalities within El Paso County. So that's going to be a tremendous effort. It won't be considered solved because that's going to be more to come, but Marisa is very aggressive in finding additional sources. And so I know that that's something that we will meet at some point. And I apologize if I forgot to mention Yvette Lugo, our AAA director, obviously led by AAA. So I wanted to acknowledge her as well. So, that's quick recap of FY24 highlights because we want to be prompt with our meeting. So what we'll do now in terms of our agenda, this is the fun part. We get to acknowledge some folks for the great work that they've done over the year. And so our first one's going to be elected official of the year. And I will be presenting that. So Rebecca, can you go to the next video? Thank you. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, CERT. We're going to go to CERT. I'm just going to show you a quick highlight of some of the activities we've done throughout the year, and CERT's one of them. If we have the volume.
Cohort of students are being trained how to host our CERT basic and increase the amount of CERT basics that are going to be able to be held in their basics.
Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. How about we stop that and we'll come back to it if we can. But we do have some videos that we prepared for you all. We talked about CERT, we talk about our solid waste program and our expo. So we can get that going, we will. But let's go to our elected official of the year. No. I think that it's the one that says gold. Okay. Here we go. Our elected official of the year is County Judge from Hudspeth County, Joanna McKenzie. So let me just tell you briefly a little bit about Judge McKenzie and why we think that she's so deserving of this award. She took a page from the playbook of many others where she worked in county government before she became an elected official. And because of that experience that she had working in bureaucracy, that has made her that much more stellar in her position. She's tenacious with the work that she does for Hudspeth County in finding resources for her community. So let me just highlight a few of these items for you. Because she does a tremendous amount of work. So the first one is the DRIP program, and this is the Digital Risk Infrastructure Program. She went to this organization, she heard about them, she said, how can you help me provide data to our state and federal agencies to justify that we have flooding in Fort Hancock? We live in the desert, but that doesn't mean that flooding does not happen. And so through her efforts and her diligence, she was able to get the DRIP program to Fort Hancock, and now they have done over a year. They've been collecting data for flood items, and so now they're working on the mapping part. They're actually providing the data that she needs to go out and actually apply for the funding, and that's because of Judge McKenzie not knowing the answer no. So that's been a tremendous effort to her community. She also is not afraid to help. She's not afraid to step in. She's not afraid to step up in terms of any kind of initiatives that are going on. So on March 11th. The FCC chairwoman, Jessica Rosenworcel, announced that there were going to be new members to the Intergovernmental Advisory Committee for the FCC. And guess who was included on that committee? Judge Joanna McKenzie. And so this is going to be where they focus on telecom issues that are impacting local, state, and tribal governments. The committee is also consisting of elected officials who represent municipal, county, state, and tribal governments. So as Judge McKenzie noted, that she's enthusiastic about representing the county as well as rural American voices. Also, the Texas Indigent Defense Commission, she did testify in front of that group, as well as the three amigos who are not here, they're virtual. So Judge Hennington, Judge Portillo, and Judge Evans. And so they are always just trying to find opportunities to let others know about what are the plights of West Texas, especially with the Public Defender's Office, and ensuring that those resources are there. Community project funding. We just talked about We just talked about Congresswoman Escobar's funding for the COG. Well, she got her own funding for Hudspeth County through Congressman Tony Gonzalez. So this amount is for $4 million, and they're looking at constructing an agricultural center. So again, if Judge McKenzie doesn't know the answer, she finds where the answer is so she can get her resources to her community. Also, I'll just wrap up. In terms of the Council of Governments, what she provides to us, what she serves for us, is in two ways. One is the Unified Scoring Committee. This is an initiative under the Texas Department of Agriculture. And she stepped in and she served as our representative for that state committee. And she ensured that people understood what rural Texas means, especially in West Texas, and the needs and plights that we have. And so she worked diligently to ensure that our voices were heard. And then the one that I think that's the most is going to be the most inspiring, I think the one that she's going to walk away with being the most proud is the Criminal Justice Advisory Committee. She is now serving as the chair for the Criminal Justice Advisory Committee. These are large shoes that she had to fill from Teresa Todd, who served in that capacity for many years. And so she knows how important this endeavor is to everyone. And so she takes very great care of it. And she is ensuring that we're doing the best job that we can as a community to ensure that resources are here for everyone. So with that being said, I'd like to acknowledge Judge Joanna McKenzie as the elected official of the year. So now she has to come up to the podium.
Out of all that, ma'am, the best thing is your dog, Hank.
True, that's true. The dog makes me look good. This is yours. First of all, I had no idea, and I'm trying to prove my mother wrong, who always tells me that, Joe, you have tears in your pockets and you cry all the time. So I'm trying not to. This is an honor, and like Rivera just stated, you know, it's really the COG that makes us look good. I got to give it to them. I'm always asking for direction, but she is correct in that I don't take no very well, and I'm just really, really honored and privileged to be a part of this exceptional group of people who care about Far West Texas, who, in my opinion, is the best part of Texas that exists. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Go, Jojo.
Okay, so our next one will be Organization of the Year. Before we do that, we're going to hope that this video works because it's really a great testament to the work that all of the area Agency on Aging staff has done, directed again by Yvette Lugo, as well as the Assistant Director Lorena Estrada. So we're going to show you this video. Hopefully it works. No sound though, huh?
Today we are hosting our 21st Agency Profession Expo. This is a large-scale healthcare information event that we've been hosting for the last 25 years. Our purpose is really to bring together all of the people that are working with the older adults that are here to provide that support to families and really to help people start to think about aging and aging well. The topic subject, but I think it's important to do that, especially when we're living under our resources here to help.
For our seniors, now that we're older, you know, we need a lot of assistance in different areas, you know, so this is where I'm interested in seeing everything else already.
Yvette?
As you can see, Family Crisis Center of the Big Bend is who we're recognizing today. But background information, we know that reliable and accessible transportation plays a critical role in ensuring that older adults can live independently, stay healthy, remain socially connected, and maintain a good quality of life. However, for older adults living in rural areas, they face unique transportation challenges due to limited resources and infrastructure in these regions. Meeting the transportation needs of older adults in rural areas requires an approach that considers accessibility, affordability, and the unique challenges of rural living. This is not an easy task. When TRAX was introduced to the rural areas of our region, it was such an essential addition to the services available to rural residents, especially for older adults. The Area Agency on Aging can assist older adults with their transportation needs through our Direct Purchase of Services program. To do this, we enter into agreements with local service providers willing to assist with the needs of older adults and serve with us as partners in our efforts in maintaining older adults' independence. For many years, this was coordinated with the Big Bend Community Action Agency and their operation of TRAX. However, when we heard the news of the difficulties being faced by Big Bend Community Action Agency and how this would affect TRAX, we worried about the possibility of losing this transportation resource in the rural region and how it would be a tremendous loss for our older adult clients. Thankfully, due to the determination of rural leaders and community members coming together to resolve this issue, the transportation needs of older adults was preserved as the Family Crisis Center of the Big Bend stepped up and agreed to take on this task of maintaining the transportation services in our rural counties. While this may not be part of their service profile, I am confident that they accepted this challenge because they knew how important it was to maintain this type of assistance in the areas that we serve. This work truly embodies the spirit of regionalism that is so crucial in being able to continue to assist rural older adults with their transportation needs. Through the leadership and oversight of the Family Crisis Center of the Big Bend and their operation of TRAX, they continue to help us serve our rural clients with their transportation needs. Our clients have reported that they have not experienced any interruption in service, that the transition has been smooth, and in fact feel even more supported by the service availability. Our staff member, Ms. Nayeli, responsible for coordinating this service, has also expressed positive experiences and can continue to facilitate one of the few services for our rural older adult clients with ease and confidence. The work and effort put forth by the Family Crisis Center of the Big Bend has not gone unnoticed, nor is it taken for granted. We are truly indebted and appreciative of their incorporation of the TRACS program into their service profile. We look forward to continuing the partnership for many years to come, knowing that our older adults can continue to count on access to transportation services. It is for this reason that on behalf of the Rio Grande Council of Governments, we would like to recognize the Family Crisis Center of the Big Bend as the 2024 Organization of the Year. Would Ms. Angelica Gonzalez, Transportation Director, and Araceli Acosta, Assistant Transportation Director, please come forward to receive this award?
Pretty. Forget this time.
Don't get mad.
Support from the light.
Okay. Sounds good.
On behalf of the Family Crisis Center, I want to thank y'all so much for this award. It's been a stressful few years. I'm trying to get through everything, but with great help from everybody and the patients, we're able to continue on. So I just want to say thank you for everything that everybody's helped us with and for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so we customarily also provide a Volunteer of the Year award, but we are going to see several members come off of our board because they are going to retire from public service. So we want to acknowledge those individuals, and not only board members, but also some of our committee members. And so with that being said, I would like for Marisa Quintanilla to please come up. And we would like to now recognize Joanne Bernal.
Hello, everybody. Marisa Quintanilla. I'm the Regional Services Director for the Rio Grande Council of Governments. Ms. Joanne Bernal, a native El Pasoan, has been a practicing attorney for over 35 years. On November 2009, Joanne Bernal became the first female county attorney in El Paso County's history. Thereafter, Ms. Bernal was elected without opposition every 4 years, starting in 2012. Ms. Bernal is board certified in civil trial law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization and is currently the only female attorney board certified in civil trial law in El Paso, Texas. During her tenure at the El Paso County's office, Ms. Bernal's duties included legal representation for the county, prosecuted juvenile criminal cases, enforced county and state environmental and health laws, and provided civil service for victims of family violence and elder abuse. Ms. Bernal oversaw more than 90 employees and an annual budget of about $11.8 million. Ms. Bernal served on the Rio Grande Council of Governments Criminal Justice Advisory Committee, where her office helped victims of domestic violence and sexual assaults to obtain protective orders, as she has demonstrated her commitment to ensuring that all victims, including victims of the members of the LGBTQ community, are treated with dignity and respect and protected with the full force of the law. Ms. Bernal's office was at the forefront of guiding elected officials through the pandemic and the migrant crisis. Ms. Bernal has received numerous awards for her work in the community and her professional achievements, including Outstanding Lawyer of the Year by the Mexican American Bar Association, La Mujer Obrera, Trailblazer Award from the Women Bar Association, McDonald's Hispanos Triunfadores Award, and the Women of Distinction Award by the Texas Association of Mexican American Chambers of Commerce. Most recently, Ms. Bernal has been inducted into the El Paso Women's Hall of Fame. With that, we would really appreciate and all the work and service that Ms. Bernal provided during her tenure with the Council of Governments on the Criminal Justice Advisory Committee, and we would like to give her this award. Ms. Bernal.
And just a brief note, because she has now retired from public service, she doesn't need another plaque. So we are going to, oh, right behind Marisa, the yellow one? The yellow. So we got her some nice little goodies from Collectibles. It's a great store. I hope you all, there you go. Okay, so she gets some lemon cookies, some lemon tea. So you get to enjoy the Council of Governments in a different way. You want to say a few words?
Very briefly, thank you. Let me begin by congratulating Judge McKenzie. I had the great fortune of being able to work with her, and she is such an outstanding public official and such a great choice. I want to thank the COG. You guys have such fabulous staff. It has been a blessing to work with them. It has been an honor to work with all of the other public officials in this room and some that are not here. Some of the folks like Commissioner Olguin, Commissioner Leon. And so I do want to say thank you. I do think as El Paso County grows, the importance of the COG grows with it. And that's really the future, I think, of governance and smart and efficient governance. And so my very best wishes to you, great continued success, and thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yvette? Yeah. And we can keep it on the line. Thank you, Rebecca.
Our next honoree is the Honorable Rafael Padilla for recognition of public service. Representative Padilla, he's been such a staple with the Council of Governments, and we can always count on him to make an appearance, right? Oftentimes you've served as proxy for many of our board members, and this just always helps ensure that we have quorum, but more importantly, that you actually care and that you're interested in the work of what we do as an organization. And so we definitely are going to miss your humor. I know that our conversations when we've traveled and been able to sit together is often something else, that just the little things that we've gotten to know about you, aside from all of your years of service. And of course, your wife, getting to know her as well, Lolita. Thank you for joining us. Gracias por siempre acompañarnos, estar ahí con nosotros cuando viajamos. But more importantly, anything else, just to say thank you, Representative Padilla, for all of your years of service and support. As I shared, we can always count on you for your support and hope that in future, maybe our paths will cross again, but definitely wanted to recognize you and thank you for all of your years of service to the Council of Governments. Please come forward. And I think Annette said, yes, we're also, you don't need another plaque, right?
No.
So it's also a gift. Would
Congratulations.
you like to say something?
Yeah.
Thank you for your choices. First of all, I want to thank my wife for backing me up in this endeavor. Normally, I'm a very shy person, but ever since I met her in Querétaro, Mexico, back in 1990, when I was a junior engineer, I've kind of involved and try to do better for myself, for the family, and for the community. And even though I'll be retiring from public service for a while, I hope to continue serving the community as I have been all these years. Thank you.
Okay, we got one more and then we'll get down to business. So, Rebecca, if you would, thank you so much. Our next individual is going to be retiring from public service as well. He didn't know this. I already saw him put his head down. Excuse me. So Sheriff Wiles, if I'm correct, came on to the Council of Governments in 2017. And I think he's just been just a great participant in the Council of Governments, in law enforcement. I think sometimes that's one of the more challenging relationships to establish, but Sheriff Wiles never presented himself in that way. He was very pragmatic, very common sense in terms of the approaches that we make on a regional level, whether it's law enforcement or any other endeavor in public service. And so I'm interested to see what Sheriff Wiles will be doing post his position as our sheriff for El Paso County, but I know that he's going to do great things, and I'm sure that he'll still be here in our community, but perhaps in a different capacity. We'll see how that works. I don't know. I'm just excited for him. I know that he's been at this for quite some time, so he gets to enjoy himself and relax and enjoy other opportunities as well. So Sheriff Wiles.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much. I really appreciate the recognition. It's so nice of you. After 42 years in law enforcement, I just decided it was time to move on and allow a fresh look into one of the biggest agencies here in El Paso, because I think that's important, that we continue to move forward and we change, because change is inevitable. And I was afraid of staying too long and things getting stagnant. And so I felt it was best for the community for me to step aside. And 42 years has been a long time. It's been a lot of stress, and I need to kind of step away from that. And my intent is certainly to stay here. I love El Paso. I have a daughter, her husband, and 2 grandkids in Houston, but I also have a son and his wife, and she's pregnant here in El Paso. So I intend to stay here and travel to Houston a lot more and to travel with them a lot more. But I really don't have any plans other than that.
You say that.
But just real quick, I want to say that as I look back on this career, I think the greatest pleasure I've ever had was the people that I've got to meet and relationships I've got to build. And I love El Paso. I love El Pasoans. The elected officials here are really hardworking and support the efforts of this community to grow. And that goes for the Rio Grande Council of Governments. Thank you for allowing me to be part of it, and the relationships that we've built. It's just been a pleasure. And those are the memories that I'll always carry with me. Thank you so much.
We'll take a picture?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Call it stubborn, but we're gonna try one more time for that video. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn off this mic. I'm not sure where the button is though. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the mic, but we're also, okay, he'll turn it off for me. But we're also gonna mute the folks virtually so they won't be able to hear the audio, but we're gonna give it a shot. So we're gonna try for the Area Agency on Aging. You want to show? Representative Rivera as our president. What I would like to do now is inform everyone that we will go into our business meeting, and this is our 7th agenda item, which is to determine quorum. And Representative Rivera, we do have quorum, so we're good on there. In terms of agenda item 8, the next item is approval of the minutes from the previous meeting that was held on September the 22nd, 2023. And at this time, Representative, if anybody would like to make a motion in a second, we can do that. From their general membership? Okay, we had a motion from Mayor Renteria and a second from Commissioner Holguin. Yeah, all those in favor again? No, that'll be you. Thank you, sir. Okay, our next item is going to be requesting approval for the proposed bylaws changes. So I'll just recap the highlights of the changes that were made to the bylaws. This was presented to our board of directors in August, and they did approve recommending these changes to the general membership. So number one, Fort Bliss, they're no longer going to be considered an ex officio member. After some review through their office, they requested to be serving as a liaison, and so that information is on there. The second item, which is a big implication because it changes our structure of our board, we are now requesting to allow for board membership exclusively to be allowed for Horizon City. And Horizon City, similar to Socorro, large in population, a lot of activities going on, and so we thought they would be appropriate for them to have a seat at the table as well. The third change to that as well is to balance out our urban and rural interests, which is always, I think, at the forefront of the organization, is to also allow for additional membership for our rural communities. So now those that will be representing small communities in our rural areas, it will no longer be just one person, it'll be two. And so that's also in the bylaws changes. The last one, which has the greatest implication financially to most of the organizations that participate with us as member governments, are the dues. We did propose increase to the dues, and that would be affecting all communities with the exception of those that have populations of 300,000 or more. We did have a committee, we worked this out, we had several drafts of that initiative, and so the increases are slight. We intended it to be that way, not to be such a big hit for all of our communities because we want you to stay as part of this organization, but we are realistic of the costs that are incurring for all of us. And so we do see increases in there. The last time that we had an increase to our membership dues was in 2006. So those are the highlights of the membership bylaws for the Rio Grande Council governments. And President Rivera, I would ask if anybody would like to make a motion for this item. And that would be, Commissioner Murillo, thank you. And second by Mayor Baeza. Thank you, sir. All right, our next item is going to be the adoption of the fiscal year 25 work program and annual budget. So this is one of the documents that we provided to you all, so you can take those with you. We hope that you review them, look at the programs that we offer, and see how it is that we can assist you with your own communities. And so with this, we're looking at an agency budget where our revenues are at $9,410,536. Our expenditures are at $4,459,433. We do have our revenues under our expenditures, and so we're looking at tapping into our fund balance at $48,897. And one thing to note is that although these are the numbers that we present to you today as our proposed budget, there are always significant changes that go on throughout the fiscal year where we're making adjustments, we're making amendments, and so what you see today may not be the final product a year from now. But this is the budget that we're operating with. We have 33 FTEs, and one of the items also is that we did put in our budget a significant increase to all of our employees for their salaries. This is something that was really important to us. We wanted to ensure that we had retention, that we had the ability to attract really good employees to the organization when vacancies occurred. And so in order to make us more competitive, we made that request to the board of directors, and now we're making that request to you all as general members when we're voting on the budget and the work program. So with that being said, I would ask if anyone would like to make a motion to approve the budget and the work program for fiscal year 25. So that's Alderman Padilla. Second by Leah Hanani. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to play some Russian roulette. We're running, we're doing great, but we're going to show the solid waste video. Because it's just so important. It really is. I mean, this is like the essence of the organization, so we don't want this to be missed. So hopefully we'll be. The director Marisa Quintanilla. And I think I think there's great opportunities with this program. We can find other resources, whether it's through private partnerships as well, so we can really expand this initiative. So just wanted to put a plug in for that program. Okay, so we'll get back to business. And now we get to talk about the election of our new officers. And so within our bylaws, we do state that we elect new officers for our fiscal year. And so we're looking at our president, vice president, and second vice president. And so I'm going to ask Representative Fierro. He's somewhere in this audience that I can't see. Where did he go? There he is. There's the man. This is something that Representative Fierro does often. Sorry, I know. So I'm going to ask him to go ahead and present the nominees for these officers.
Good afternoon, and in spite of Ms. Gutierrez's attempt to keep me from the microphone, because of the outpour of this group, thank you. I got the microphone after all. It's my honor and privilege to name or announce the new nominees. And President is Commissioner Ileana Hoguin, who happens to be at my table, so thank you, Ileana. Evans. First Vice President is County Judge Curtis Evans from Jeff Davis County. And the second Vice President is Alderman David Cantu from San Isidro.
I'm going to ask for approval on that.
Are you asking?
Okay. And so with these slate of officers, we need a motion and a second to approve. Is there a motion? Okay, we got Renteria and McKenzie. Okay.
The motion made, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. There is still time to write me in. Art Fierro. Thank you.
Okay. You want to do the second one? This will be for the directors. Okay. And the next slate of individuals that we'll have as nominated are going to be those that represent director positions. And so it'll be for those that represent the communities in our smaller communities within El Paso County, as well as in our rural areas. And so the first one will be for small communities within El Paso County.
And these are the three nominees represented for member cities other than City of El Paso within El Paso County. Alderman David Cantu from City of San Elizario. Second is represented for member cities within 5 rural counties, Mayor Summer Webb from the town of Valentine. She's so nice.
Yes.
And representative for member cities within 5 rural counties, Mayor Manny Barraza, Baeza, is his cousin? Mayor Manny Baeza from the city of Marfa. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. We got a motion from Commissioner Murillo.
Second.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll ask Representative Vera, if you'd like, do you have any remarks you'd like to make as our outgoing president now?
No, thank you all very much. Like I said, it's been a great honor to have served you all as president, and the many years that I was a board member. And so this is a great organization. I do not hesitate to say that the people that operate it they're fantastic. They are just amazing. And as you can see, all I did was make the motion. They did the rest. And so thank you very much. And you've got a great incoming president coming in. Commissioner?
Let me
Oh.
just really quick do an acknowledgement for.
Thank
He is also not only coming off of our COG board, but he will be termed out with City of El Paso in December as well.
Right.
So again, we're hoping for great things as well from him post City of El Paso. But just wanted to say a few things about Representative Vera. I really do appreciate the time and effort that he took with the organization in terms of looking out for us, ensuring that we have the resources that we need. That is something that we do see throughout the years, but I think it was a special notation under that with Representative Vera. He was always wanting to make sure that we were taken care of. And I think as an organization who supports others, that's not something that we're used to. So we really do truly appreciate him looking out for us in the way that he did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. We'll go take a few pictures. Yeah.
Well, okay. With that.
I'm going to just say it a few guys.
go ahead.
Okay. And before we do the procedure of turning over the gavel, just wanted to quickly thank everyone for attending our annual meeting. I know, again, you all are busy. You have a lot to do. So thank you for sticking through with us and the glitches that we had, but it came through. So I just wanted to quickly acknowledge, we do have Ana Apodaca with the American Red Cross Executive Director. Her and I had a great meeting a week ago, and I think there's some really great opportunities, initiatives, partnerships that we can establish where we both further our efforts together collectively. So I'm excited about that journey that we're going to take. Also wanted to acknowledge Mr. Garza from Congressman Tony Gonzalez's office. Thank you so much for being here. And then I see Priscilla. Priscilla, you're somewhere here. Where's Priscilla? Is she gone? Oh, she may have left, but Priscilla was here also from Congressman Escobar's office. So thank you to all for attending our meeting this year, and we definitely will hope to see you again for next year, but I'll turn it over now to Representative Vera to turn it over to. What do you need?
And with that, as the incoming president, here you go. This is your gavel.
Thank you. Can I do that?
Do it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for entrusting me with this very important role. We all know how important the COG is to our region, and I am incredibly proud to be able to accept this position with the COG. So I look forward to working with each and every one of you because I know that we're all here for the same reason, to make our communities the best that we can. So I really want to thank, once again, it's been done a lot today, but we can't do it enough. I want to thank the staff of the COG for the incredible work that they do every single day. So thank you, Annette, Marisa, all of you all, everyone who works at the COG. We are here able to do what we can because of you all. So thank you, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
The motion for adjournment.
Oh,
Yeah.
may I have a motion to adjourn our annual meeting?
No, everybody wants to stay? Okay, we can stay longer. Do you want to see the CERT video?
Yeah,
Okay, let's see the CERT video before we adjourn.
no
How's that?
problem.
Okay.
I just want to say one more thing. It's then something that Commissioner or incoming President Holguin said, and it's true. And I've spoken to some of you personally, but as a whole, thank you very much for sharing your experience with me and helping me, in some of the situations that come across. I know Judge Portillo was very instrumental and actually sat down with me, and we were in, what was it, Valentine?
Marathon?
Marathon. And it was very enlightening as to what he had to say, as well as the winner, Judge McKenzie, and all. She's great. Thank you all very much for your sharing your knowledge with me as well. I know I talked a lot about the staff. They did the same. I know Annette did a lot. Ms. Lugo did a lot. And everybody from the staff is equal. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much.
Adjourn.
Okay, so we're going to try this one more time. Can I please have a motion to adjourn?
Commissioner Murillo,
A second?
don't be shy. We're going to stay here if you don't. Okay, second by Mayor. Was it Mayor Cano? Mayor Renteria.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, we
I leave this, right?
Yes,
yeah,
let's
okay.
get your picture with Cantu. And